shit. I was gang banging and doing high speeds on the cops and shit. And I'm straight from the shop, but I ball like a king up in Cali and shoot like Stojakovic. Keep applying that pressure, I go on the run. It ain't no letting up, ain't no stopping that. Had to tell my little brother to chill, gotta stay in the house, come outside, he be popping shit. You ain't heard about us? Well, you need to go watch the news, never know we be dropping shit. Got the fizz on my ass in the hood, cause they think I'm the one who been buying them blocks and shit. I'm just focused on music, they say my last tape was a classic, but I got some harder shit. I be rocking the show, boy, if I'm not up in the studio, I'm fucking this cash off. Don't you know Polo G skinny tall with the dreads, till a nigga be rapping his ass off. Yeah, I heard she got surgery, still wanna clap on the back just to see if her ass off. Go like hardwood rocks, we blast off. Try to throw us some bullets, but we made them fumble like, no, you ain't getting that pass off. Been a block now, I'm taking my mask off. Hit the gas like a racing speed off in them foreigns and leave tire marks on the asphalt. It's gonna be RIP once your ass caught. You like front, we knocking his cap off. The other day, a new chain on a Mac ball. All this ice got me freezing like Jack Frost.
That boy a beat, that's his damn fault. If you play then you like when you crash out. When I open his shit, man, this man down. And BOA pulling them bands out. DOA, bitch, I get your mans out. A rockstar from the block, I stand out. Every night and I put my advance out. I hit the game with my flow, niggas ran out. Fuck it, I'm not your average Joe. When I leave the house, I tuck it. I'm rich, I'm shop on no budget. Catch him, all the youngin' want him to fuck it. Hop on this bitch and run it. If I said it, I seen it and done it. These little niggas never rob nobody, ain't caught nobody, ain't getting no money. Where I'm from is sports and gunplay. We looked up to the killer and dealer. But even them niggas won't make it out one day. My first time I been had hood bang. Took out like I was on the runway. I'm a star but still post on the one way. Them niggas talk but they won't play. They say like the choir on Sunday.
Hop on the scene and I'm thugging, they Glock on my hip, so you know that I'm clutching. I catch me up on my down, I'm in public. Police keep asking, I'm trading the subject. Where I grew up, man, that nigga was straight. Fuck, you got a gun, you knock on the butt. And the hundred sometimes I ain't doing no touch. Tripping niggas temptation like David Ruth. I ain't gon' cap, I don't even like rapping, but I love rapping them bodies and shit. Fuck the bitch, and when I get done, I'ma up my Glock and then rob the bitch. Catch a nigga when he clock out, I'ma get him whacked and they job and shit. And I don't know why the police keep fucking with me, cause they ain't stopping shit. Damn, spin on your block like a remix. Shoot him in the face, get his teeth lit. Extend the clip like a broomstick. Shoot him bleed like Netflix. Scratch her up off the checklist. I just bought a gun off Craigslist. You the hop in the fight, I'm leaving the stain. Only thing you see is red shit. If the police behind, we kick dust. My gun needs some jaws, he got nuts. Whole game we strapped on testers. If a nigga play, he gon' get butt. Yeah, Illy that top shot, a dumbed out. I got the balls like a collar.
It's leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Breeze to throw for it on 4th. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses.
And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Watson, he's got his tight end. It's Fells. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. First carry for Carlos Hyde. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Open man, the tight end Fells.
Because it make me soft. She sucked me good, but I can't wait to get her braces on. She sucked me.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
To throw is Watson. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 45 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Football going back to the Houston Texans. Got another AFC South title this year. Their 4th in 5 seasons. No early exit in the playoffs. They came back to beat Buffalo in OT in the wild card round. Then that stunning 24-0 lead against Kansas City in KC. And you have to imagine they're going to be seeing Patrick Mahomes in their dreams all offseason. Probably a lot of nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. Kind of reminds you of a Metallica song, doesn't it? Right? I mean, with those kind of nightmares, you don't want to go to sleep. But I go back to something you mentioned earlier. Another AFC South title. Their 4th in 5 years. That's a lot of success that I don't think they get credit for because they haven't had that super deep run in the playoffs. They got to, what, the divisional round this year in Kansas City with a chance to go to the AFC title game with 24-0 lead. If that happens, I think we look back at this Houston franchise in a little bit different light instead of kind of short shrift. Hey, 4 titles in 5 years in the division. But what do they have to show for it? That's the tough part for Houston.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Saints. Past the 20. 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Watson, man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. For the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. On the return, Harris. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Brees to throw. He'll let it fly in the direction. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Saints. And even 50 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Brees now. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now Brees. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Ted Ginn there to make the grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson on 1st down. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Watson. Got an open man. It's QT. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and long. Watson, they'll find Miller. That's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. He gets away from one. A great return there of 22 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. To throw is Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've been able to move the ball well in the... Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff...
And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big game.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Sure didn't take this offense long to get within striking distance of the end zone. 2 plays.
Feel the energy? You can just feel it, can't you? Because they are creating it on offense, the way they're running the football. Now they've swept into the red zone. Momentum all on their side.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now it's Watson. Over the middle, it's Fells. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Watson down to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And it's 3rd and short. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Watson finding fouls complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. Watson now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, he'll try and run it. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Looking to throw. Watson, that is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Texans cut into that lead. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. There's Breeze. This is caught by Gill. Shedding the tackle that gives him some room. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Breeze's throw on target to Cook. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Breeze now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Breeze going to throw, and this is Cook with the grab. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. Now Breeze. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Open man. The tight end Fells. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to keep it here. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
On first down, Watson. He'll buy some time right. And now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw again on second down. Watson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. From the gun, here's Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. And even 50 yards. Breeze is looking to throw. He's going to let this one. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Lux with the extra point.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. To throw is Watson. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This is Miller, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run, and the Texans get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
A drive that time of 6 plays, and Lamar Miller caps it off with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.